Lizzie works down in the town in the largest office block, the one beside St. Peter's Church, the one with the broken clock. Lizzie has a little boy, and Frankie is his name. He waves as she goes off to work. Each day is just the same. And every night when she returns, she tells him things she's seen, the problems she's had to solve, the places she had been. On Monday at her meeting, Lizzie heard she'd have to wait. On Friday, for a parcel that might make her get home late. Frankie clutched Teddy, his most favourite cuddly toy. As he shrugs with disappointment, Lizzie smiles back at her boy. "I promise I will do my best," Lizzie smiled, then said, "and tell you all about my day and tuck you up in bed." On Tuesday, Lizzie filed reports and helped John look at quotes. She organised her team to meet and asked June to write the notes. On Wednesday, Frankie asked his mum, "What else have you done?" "Daddy fitted next door's kitchen. His job sounds far more fun." His mum replied, "All jobs are different, and I enjoy the work I do, but the hours I have to work mean I can't spend as much time with you." That day, Lizzie worked so hard, no time for cups of tea, so many things to organise, and no bedtime with Frankie. The next day, Frankie was upset. "Why did you stay behind?" And Lizzie gave him a big hug. "I thought you wouldn't mind." "I like to hear about your day," he said to her surprise. "I'm bored of Daddy's stories about cupboards the wrong size." Later on that afternoon, Lizzie met some people. Planners for the local church that needs a brand new steeple. On Friday, Lizzie's email pinged. She had a tracking code. Now she could find out the time the parcel hit the road. The driver had 10 stops to make, and they were number 8. "I hope the traffic isn't bad," she thought, "or they'll be late." She checked the tracking once again. Now they were stop 5. Each time she looked, they were nearby, not much further left to drive. She looked out of the window as the light began to dim. She thought about her Frankie and saying goodnight to him. The clock is ticking on the wall, and there's now no one about. Will this delivery ever come? Time is running out. Just then, a truck pulled up outside, and straight away she knew. It was what she'd been waiting for, the parcel delivery crew. Back at home in time for bed, and Frankie's wide awake. He asks, "What was the parcel that made you have to wait?" "It was an important document," says Lizzie with a smile, "and I'm the only person who can sign for such a file." "It's time for sleep now," she says, as she kisses him goodnight. "It's time to go to dreamland. Don't let the bedbugs bite." On Monday, back at work again. The weekend was such fun. But today, Lizzie has an early start. So much work needs to be done. She has meetings, piles of paperwork, lots of calls she has to make. There are emails to catch up on, and no time to have a break. When she finally looks up at the clock, Lizzie thought it would be fine, but it's far later than she imagined. She won't make Frankie's bedtime. Lizzie grabs the telephone to tell Frankie that today she won't be home for stories. Sometimes work gets in the way. "It's okay," says Frankie, not sounding so forlorn. "I'll see you in the morning." Then he gave out a yawn. Back at home just after bed, with Frankie tucked in tight, Lizzie whispers while he's sleeping and turns off the bedside light. "I'll talk to you in the morning," then lays a kiss upon his head. Lizzie thinks about tomorrow and being home on time instead.